occasion for me. The car I'm in is a car that I've lusted over for 2 decades, Porsche 996 Turbo. But this isn't just a stock one, this one is full bolt-ons. It's the X50 package, tuned, 500 horsepower to the wheels. And let's see what it goes like. Porsche 996 Turbo was the first water-cooled 911 Turbo. It was produced from the year 2000 to 2005. Its 3.6 litre flat-six engine is known as the Metzger engine and is derived from the GT1 racing engine. This car has the X50 option that has larger turbos and produces 450 horsepower and 457 pounds-feet of torque. It can go from 0 to 60 in under 4 seconds and has a top speed of 191 miles per hour. Due to the bulletproof reliability of the Metzger engine, their low second-hand purchase price and their lack of depreciation, the 996 Turbo is commonly referred to as the thinking man's supercar. Hi, so what's your name and tell me about this car?
Name's Kevin Heimlich. What we have here is a 2002 Porsche Turbo. It's all-wheel drive, 6-speed, has the Metzger motor, and it's built by BBI to be a canyon and track monster, but mainly for the canyons. So they revalved the Öhlins to be perfect for the canyons. It's a good weekend driver. Take it to car shows, and obviously it's wrapped to look like it's been through the 24 hours of Le Mans. Overall, good balanced car. I like it.
How long have you owned it?
Owned it about three years, I'd say, and for the most part, it's been very trouble-free. I mean, very minor things besides the fluids and, you know, the upgrades that I do. Everything's been solid and bulletproof on it. As I say that, I'm sure today something will happen.
I hope not. Tell me more about the suspension, please.
Yeah, so the suspension, I took it to Tim at BBI, because I know him, and he basically just asked me what I wanted to do. I told him what I do with the car, and he had carte blanche to just make a canyon monster. And so it has their full cup suspension minus their front control arms, because I would have had to put on different fenders for that. But it has all their suspension parts from their cup race cars, so it definitely handles in the canyons well. And I always have R compounds because I really don't drive it that much, and so the combination between the Öhlins suspension and them corner balancing it and the R compounds, it makes it a really fun car to drive. That's almost no understeer, almost no oversteer. It's just extremely balanced. So it has the intake, exhaust, tune, it has injectors, bigger fuel pumps, and it has a different shifter in there as well, upgraded clutch. I think that's about it. It's pretty standard bolt-ons.
So what fuel does it run? Is it 91 or
91?
Okay.
Still runs 91. It's had all the things, any of the problems that this car had from the factory, like I think the second gear, first gear synchro goes out. The coolant lines will blow out. All those things have already been done to the car to just make it bulletproof, so that you don't have to worry about it when you're driving it or even going on a long road trip.
Tell me about the wheels.
The wheels are period correct 3-piece Kinesis wheels. They just they go really well with the car, and they are really tough. And if I bend one or something happens, it's easy to just replace one of the barrels and get it color matched if I needed to or ever had to. But yeah, they're black Kinesis wheels. I still have the stock wheels if I ever wanted to put them back on. It just doesn't really look right with this wrap to have stock silver turbo wheels on here.
So, what's it like to get into a car that you've wanted for such a long time? Well, it's an occasion. The car is 20 years old. The fit and finish is great. Doesn't rattle. It feels solid. It feels like a new car. It goes really well and it feels like a really solid product. Oh, now I'm feeling that power now. Torque is great, and from about 3,000 RPM that boost is strong. Full boost from 4,000 RPM. Here we go. Wow, so straight away the first thing I notice is the torque. Also I noticed the steering. It feels like an older car, so you have to turn the wheel slightly more to get it to turn. But once it turns, it's good. I can give it some gas through the corners as well. Starting to get used to it. This torque is something else. Okay, third gear, see it picks up. Here we go. And you're just pulled along by the torque. Okay, there's understeer. When you push it hard, it understeers. And that noise from that flat six is fantastic. Okay, it's definitely a different experience having the engine in the rear. The front feels really light. And that power is just something else. Wow! And you come up to the corners really quickly. Okay, let's go. Actually, such a light car. It weighs 3,400 pounds. The front of this car is so light. It's a real delightful car. And the speed. Wow, that was fast. And you can't tell how fast you're going. The whole experience is sporty but refined. Third gear. Here we go. Braking for the corner. So, brake carefully, steer carefully, and the car is fast. Really love the steering. So much communication is happening through the steering. It's like Morse code. Every little bump, every little imperfection, you can feel it. And again, second gear, wide open throttle. Wow! Okay, no traction problems. So, four-wheel drive. Okay, it's mostly rear-wheel drive. It directs 40% of the power to the front axle. So it's a really intelligent four-wheel drive system. I mean, in the year 2000, this was cutting-edge supercar stuff. Very similar in technology to the 959. And the good thing about these is that there's no IMS bearing problem. So you've got a bulletproof motor, great for tuning. This is a wonderful driving experience. You can really trust the front end, carry that speed through. But this is not really a car you throw around. I mean, perhaps really experienced drivers can, but I feel that if I just progressively steer, progressively get on the gas, everything gentle and feed in the power, it really becomes effective. I mean, I'm not even bothering to brake round these corners now. The more I drive it, as I said before, the more confident I get and the more I start to understand the car. Brutally fast. mean, the owner says it's set up for the canyons. It's way too fast for the canyons, in my opinion. I hope you enjoyed this video. Big thanks to Kevin Heimlich for letting me review his car. Please subscribe and stay tuned for more episodes of The Speed Addiction.